Good evening and welcome to my channel. Tonight we'll be continuing our story of the Hearts of Argyle Godfrey by Nicholas Leonard. Chapter 8. It was on a night in April of that year 2023 when we were in my room with the windows cracked and the smells of spring and revolution coming in. I was on my back and she was on my chest. "Aurora, can I listen to yours?" Her reply was harsh and cold, and it sounded like her Boston accent was dying of embarrassment. "You will hear nothing." "What?" I chuckled. "Nuh-uh, you ain't listening, buddy." "Why not?" I asked, and I tried to make it obvious that I was joking. "Are you heartless too?" This sparked another argument, which left me crying alone in my bed that night. Not a week later, another argument happened when Aurora asked me who my celebrity crush was, which I refused to answer at first, but she prodded and, well, she did not like my answer. Then, after this argument, another happened before April was even halfway through. They came and went like storms, replacing her affection, and when her affection did appear, it appeared like pity in disguise. Now, I know couples argue, but it was the nature of the arguments and why they seemed to happen. They whipped me into shape. What kept me with her was not just my love for her, but two things. She had my heart, and she sometimes sprinkled breadcrumbs of affection to me. It was more than affection. It was mercy. It was more than love. Why did it feel like more love? I needed it, so I had to stay, and I needed it from her. The scariest thing she did was threaten to leave me. "I don't think we should be together." Things like that. That always made me go straight to apologizing, despite never being the one to initiate the arguments. I called Dr. Cibola one morning while I was walking the Stop and Shop parking lot before barely any customers appeared. "Argyle, your physical isn't for a few months. Is everything all right?" "Yes, I just have a question." "I was just wondering, you took out my heart because I kept breaking it." "Yes." "Can you take someone's heart if they have a bad heart?" I asked. There was a pause over the phone, which I spent watching an old lady wheel her old lady food out of the store. "What do you mean, Argyle?" "Well, I found someone I gave my heart to." "Oh, very good." "But she keeps fighting with me and I sniffled back the urge to cry. "It's like she doesn't love me anymore. Sometimes she says she'll love me again soon, but I don't know. She confuses me." "Tell me more about her." I might have highlighted the good about her, or at least what I thought was the good about her. "Argyle," Dr. Cibola sounded stern, "tell me, why do you think this woman has a bad heart?" "I don't think she does. Honestly, I love her. But sometimes she'll start these fights and then stop loving me, sometimes for a week, and—" "Are you too communicative?" "I try to be, but she isn't. She likes her space after an argument." "Argyle, why do you two argue?" I squinted into the sun. I guess sometimes I can be paranoid or scared or something. Maybe sometimes I say stupid things." "What happens when you try addressing your feelings that make you scared?" "She gets mad, kind of." Dr. Cibola sounded unimpressed. "I see. Argyle, when did you give this woman your heart?" "Argyle!" Heidi shouted after seeing me on my phone. "August, a month or so after we met," I said into the phone, starting to walk back towards the entrance of the store. "That's a little soon, Argyle," Dr. Cibola replied. "Why so soon?" "Just the way she listened to my chest. It seemed she believed in me somehow. We fell in love so fast. It was a connection. We connected the moment we met. Argyle, Dr. Cibola, I have to get back to work. Call me back, please, okay?" she asked, but I hung up because Heidi was looking scary. Not as scary as Aurora, though. "Who are you talking to?" Heidi asked. "My doctor." Oh, I'm sorry, sweetie. I didn't know. Are you okay?" "Yes," I lied. "Do you need to call inside? I just don't want the owner to come by and see you on your phone. No, I think I'm good, Heidi. You sure you're okay, kid? You look a little tired. I feigned a smile. Girlfriend kept me up all night. Heidi let out something between a groan and a laugh. Argyle. But she couldn't have known that I meant my girlfriend kept me up all night crying. I finished my shift with 2 missed calls from Dr. Cibola, so I called her office back the moment I clocked out, talking on speakerphone as I drove home. We made an appointment for me to go in on May 2nd, a Tuesday afternoon, because Dr. Cibola said she was worried about me and wanted to talk about my heart. I was living out an essay that was about the dangers of loving a goddess. I made up excuses for Aurora between then and May 2nd, feeling like I was going against her back, having called Dr. Cibola with that question about being able to remove a bad heart. When Aurora found out I had a doctor's appointment, I was at first relieved to see a tinge of worry come into her eyes. She did care about me after all. But then she asked me if she could come. Oh, that wouldn't really be necessary. It's just a follow-up about my heart. Argyle, I own your heart. I gave her the same feigned smile I had given Heidi. What's that face for? Kissing, I answered hopefully. I want to know what the hell's wrong with you. Should we bring your heart? I think so, I said. She was holding onto my arm when I approached the receptionist at the desk to check in. She always held my hand or clung to me in public, but it was becoming a pattern to avoid me in private when we hung out. Instead of cuddling, she started giving me her back while she would be on her phone, giving the emptiness in my chest an ache even colder than before. I was led into the little doctor's room where Aurora insisted on following me into. We waited, and Dr. Cibola entered, the sleeves of her lab coat rolled up to reveal the tatted serpents on her forearms that appeared to be depictions of Chinese dragons. She was jotting something down on a clipboard while asking, Hello, Argyle. Who's this? My girlfriend, Aurora, I moped. Aurora popped out her hand. Aurora Oleander, how are you? Dr. Cibola shook it, giving the cordial reply. I understand you are the woman who has custody over Argyle's heart? The doctor queried, which Aurora nodded proudly to. Miss Oleander, do you mind if I have a conversation with Argyle in private? We'll let you back in when we are done. I felt Aurora firmly stroke my arm, her touch conveying warning on my skin. Whatever you can say to Argyle, you can say to me, she insisted proudly. Really, it's just confidential stuff. It would be different if you two were married, Dr. Cibola replied. Wait in the waiting room, please. Aurora's hand departed from my arm. How pleased she was to make her touch vanquish and leave behind a trail of goosebumps where her fingers on my arm used to exist. Argyle, I need you to tell me everything about your relationship. Everything? Mm-hmm. She proceeded to ask me questions that read in my face, and the answers that I gave were answers that made me wish Aurora loved like she had before. I regretted answering with the truth, because the truth did not make our relationship look good. How often does she reciprocate affection? Dr. Cibola asked, then read my face. Argyle, tell me the truth. Not as much, but arguments are really hard for her. Hey, wait, can I ask you a question? Sure. Is it okay if a boyfriend would be worried about their girlfriend wearing a very revealing costume to a Halloween party? Like very revealing? That depends, Argyle. Everybody is different, and women don't wear things because they want to attract. I know, How did Aurora react when you voiced your concerns about her Halloween costume? I mean, maybe I was overbearing. Argyle, what was her reaction? I shrugged. Well, we argued. It was pretty bad. What ended up happening was me asking Dr. Cibola's opinions on what most of mine and Aurora's arguments had been about. But Dr. Cibola steered me back onto track about my history with Aurora. I just wanted to know how wrong I had been with Aurora. That's why I started opening up with questions. This sounds like the classic push and pull dynamic of a relationship with a narcissist, she said after we discussed my history with Aurora. Keep in mind that I am not a psychologist, but I am your doctor, and I do not believe your heart is safe in the custody of Aurora. Why? Argyle, aren't you recognizing a pattern here? I slowly came to a pause. Do I? Do you want me to ask for my heart back? That might be a very bad idea. It's very difficult to leave a relationship like this, and it sounds like you are already under her manipulation. I'm afraid about how she'd react if you tried to leave her. I was as dumbfounded as the day Dr. Cibola removed my heart. What do you think she'd do? I asked, despite having the vision of Aurora smashing my glass heart against the floor and seeing the pieces disperse, the one green stem cartwheeling through the air. I think her behavior would worsen. It's similar to getting stuck in quicksand. The more you try to get out, the more ensnared you become, Dr. Cibola explained. And I thought about how I had been struggling for Aurora's affection. But, Dr. Cibola, what if you took out Aurora's heart too? It's obviously different. Dr. Cibola replied, She has a heart, but she is heartless. It hit me like a revelation does. The way she listened to my chest that night. I think I started trembling. Argyle? She's heartless too, I murmured under my breath before my voice started up like the propellers of a plane. That's what she only ever saw in me. Somebody to learn from, to learn how to be heartless. Dr. Cibola spoke my name in a gentle kind of scolding. Argyle. She never loved me? Most likely not. And Argyle, she most likely never will. I whispered her name, Aurora. I tried to swallow back my girlfriend's name, but now it was a toxin struggling within the guarding measures of my throat. It couldn't fall into my hollow chest. My belly ringed itself, my first withdrawals. What do I do? I asked, to which Dr. Cibola replied, Get your heart back somehow, some way. She can't be trusted with it. She's out there. Dr. Cibola nodded. Be brave, Argyle. Don't give in to her tricks again. It'll take a lot of strength to leave her, but you must. What if I'm wrong? What if there's some chance she can love me again? Argyle, I'm sorry to say, but there is no chance. Getting your heart back is your only chance. I gulped. Do you have any questions for me? She asked out of obligation. I shook my head. This was something I was going to have to do alone, somehow, some way. Aurora smiled at me when I came into the waiting room. She even waved. I was reminded of who owned my heart, my queen in such an unassuming place. What did the doctor say? She asked when we were walking to my car in the parking lot. Everything is good, I lied. Just to follow up about my heart. She says I'm in good hands. She petted the back of my neck, and we got into my car and drove away. Thus ends Chapter 8 of The Hearts of Argyle Godfrey by Nicholas Leonard.